Hey there, I'm Apple Crider with Investing Simple. In this video, we're taking an in-depth look at the best robo-advisors out there. We're going to be going through the top 7 robo-advisors on the market, showing you the features and the benefits to each one, and then at the end, sharing which one is actually going to be the best. So without further ado, let's dive right on into it. And the first question I want to address is what actually is a robo-advisor? Well, a robo-advisor is essentially a hybrid between a brokerage account and working with a financial advisor. So you kind of get the best of both worlds in that you're getting some personalized advice, but you're not quite paying as much for it as you would if you were working with a financial advisor one-on-one, because there are some technologies, systems, processes in place to make it more efficient to deliver that financial advice to you and build a portfolio for your personal situation. This also typically leads to a pretty hands-off process that is quite beginner friendly. However, like I mentioned, there's typically some kind of cost to this. It's typically not free like your Robinhood account would be or like your public account would be. There is typically a fee associated with this process because there is that personalized aspect to it. So the first robo-advisor that we're going to talk about is Betterment. Now, this is one of the original robo-advisors that's been around for a number of years at this point. They are a goals-based platform. So essentially inside of Betterment, what you do is you fill out this questionnaire at the very beginning stating what your goals are, what your time horizon is, your risk tolerance, etc. And they're going to put together a portfolio for you that is going to help you achieve that goal. Now, over time, you can actually add additional goals. So say you want to save up for a house, you want to save up for retirement, save up for your kids' college. All of these can be separate goals within your Betterment account. You can track your progress on each one as you go, and you can have different portfolio setup for each goal, again, depending on your different time horizon. So if it's a longer time horizon like retirement, maybe you can afford to take on a little bit more risk, whereas maybe if you're trying to buy a new house next year, you don't quite want to take on as much risk for that goal. So that's a really cool part of Betterment, is that you have these different goals within your actual account. Now, on top of that, you're going to have access to some more advanced investing strategies like tax loss harvesting. This actually allows you to reduce your tax burden by more efficiently moving around your investments. So this is something that in the past you had to work with a financial advisor to actually do, but now you can actually do so through the Betterment platform through the power of technology. Now, you can also access a team of certified financial planners or CFPs through the Betterment platform as well. Now, this is only going to be available to you if you are on their premium tier. They've got 2 different tiers. They've got a standard and they've got a premium. The standard tier is going to be 0.25% in fees per year. The premium tier is going to be 0.4% in fees per year. So on the premium tier, you get access to, again, those team of CFPs, and they'll help you with not only your investments within Betterment, but also your retirement plans and any other external investments you might have elsewhere. And by the way, if you want to support the channel at any point throughout the video, we've got links down in the description below for all of the different robo-advisors that we're going to be talking about, some of which may give a small commission to us if you do sign up. That helps us make more videos like this. So if you want to use those, by all means. Otherwise, feel free to not if you don't want to. Now, the second robo-advisor on the list is called SoFi Invest. And SoFi is a kind of comprehensive personal finance company. They've got things like student loans, they've got auto loans, they've got credit cards, they got a ton of different financial products. One of them is an investing account. Now, with this investing account, you can choose whether you want it to be an active investing account or an automated investing account. With the active account, you're kind of getting something similar to you would from a place like Robinhood or Public, where you can choose your individual stocks, buy and sell them without paying any commissions, etc. With the automated investing, it's a lot more like Betterment, but there's not quite as many features there. And that shows because it's actually free to use SoFi's automated investing, and they'll put you in a portfolio of different ETFs or exchange traded funds totally for free. They'll ask you a couple different questions about, again, your time horizon, your goals, etc., and they'll put you in some ETFs that kind of match those goals. Now, one interesting thing about SoFi is they actually produce some of their own ETFs. So most of these robo-advisors don't actually build their own ETFs. They just use ETFs from companies like Vanguard, BlackRock, and some of these really big financial product companies. But SoFi actually creates some of their own ETFs, and these can be kind of unique. They've got one that's all based on the gig economy, so owning things like Uber and other ride-sharing companies, along with other food delivery companies, etc. And they've also got another one called TGIF that pays out a dividend every single Friday. So they've got some unique offerings there, but just keep in mind that with those unique ETFs comes a little bit higher of a fee structure than you'd be paying with just a traditional kind of S&P 500 ETF or total stock market ETF. So you'll have to weigh the pros and cons if that novelty is worth it to you. Next in the place is M1 Finance. Now, this is one of my personal favorites. I've got a decent amount of money with M1 Finance myself and using them for probably close to 3 years at this point. And this one is kind of a cross between a robo-advisor and a brokerage account because it's not fully automated. You don't answer this questionnaire, they don't build a portfolio for you, but you are able to streamline much of your investing by kind of setting and forgetting your investments. Now, how does that actually work? Well, the platform is based on this idea of investment pies. And an investment pie is basically an allocation of stocks and ETFs that you choose to put together and then allocate money to it. So for example, let's say you wanted to invest 50% of your money into Procter & Gamble stock and 50% of your money into Apple stock. Well, you could create a pie in M1 Finance that was 50% Procter & Gamble, 50% Apple, and then every time you put money in your M1 Finance account, it would automatically split it between those two companies. Now, over time, let's say Apple goes up faster than Procter & Gamble, it'll allocate more money to Procter & Gamble to keep you as close to that 50-50 match as possible, which is pretty nice because it creates a hands-off investing experience. On the other hand, if you don't want to create your investment pies yourself, you can actually choose from over 30 different expert-built pies that follow a number of different strategies, so you can probably find one that will work well for you. However, like I mentioned, there's no human advice available here, but that does show because it's actually free to use M1 Finance. There's no monthly fee, there's no percentage, nothing like that. It's completely free to use the platform. Robo-advisor number 4 is called Personal Capital. So Personal Capital, what you've got is it's kind of a two-pronged platform. So on the one hand, they've got a bunch of free investing tools that you can choose to use. One of which, and the most popular of which, is their investing account allocator. So you can basically link up all of your investing accounts to Personal Capital, and it will track your net worth over time, kind of show you as it goes up, as it goes down. But you can link, say, your Robinhood account, your M1 Finance account, your Betterment account, all those accounts you can link to Personal Capital, and it'll keep track of how your net worth is doing over time. Now, that's totally free, but when it comes to the robo-advisor side of Personal Capital, that is not free, and there's going to be a fee that you will pay in order to use this service. Additionally, there is a $100,000 minimum to get started with Personal Capital, so the barrier to entry here is a little bit higher than the rest of the platforms. Depending on how much you actually have in your Personal Capital account, you're going to be paying anywhere from 0.49% in fees all the way up to 0.89% in fees. However, for that fee, you're going to be getting access to unlimited human financial planners to give you advice on your investments, and you'll also get exposure to not just stocks and ETFs, but also a number of funds and alternatives like REITs, precious metals, and even commodities. So if you've got 100 grand to park with a robo-advisor, might be worth considering. Robo-advisor number 5 is called Blooom, and there are actually 3 O's in this Blooom, so if you're searching for it, make sure you go B-L-O-O-O-M. Now, this robo is quite unique because it specializes in employer-sponsored retirement plans. So these are things like 401ks, 403bs, 457s, and plans that you cannot start on your own. They also do help out with IRAs and Roth IRAs, but they're mostly focused on those employer-sponsored plans. Now, with Blooom, you actually keep your account with your employer, but you just sync up Blooom, and then Blooom is actually going to go in there, figure out what the best options for you are within that plan, and then optimize it for you. So if you don't feel like reading through that giant packet that your employer gives you, but you want to contribute to that plan, Blooom is a solid spot to go. It's also important to note that most other robo-advisors aren't going to do anything for your 401k plan because they can't really manage it, but Blooom has figured out a way to kind of get around that. Now, similar to most of the other robos out there, it's not going to be free. You're going to be paying anywhere from $45 up to $120 per year in order to use Blooom for each of your accounts. If you got 2 accounts, just double that. One thing that's really important to note here is that Blooom does not make any money through commissions or by placing trades in your account. So they're only getting paid through that fee, which is a good thing. You kind of know where their motives are and they're not kind of benefiting from placing trades on things that you don't necessarily need. Robo-advisor number 6 is one of the original investing apps out there, and it is Acorns. Now, this app is built for people who do not want to think about investing whatsoever. That's because they're built on this idea of roundups. So, for example, say you go to the grocery store and you buy some groceries, comes out to about $9.50. Well, you swipe your card. What Acorns is going to do is take that extra 50 cents, round your purchase up to $10, and take that 50 cents and plop it into your investment account. And every time you swipe your card, it's going to round up your purchases and invest the spare change. On their platform, you get 5 different portfolios to choose from based on how aggressive you want to be with your investing. And with that, you're going to be paying either $1, $3, or $5 per month in order to use the service. Now, depending on the size of your account, that may or may not be a fairly significant percentage of your account. Say you've got $100 in your account. If you're paying $1 a month, that's like a 12% fee over the course of a year. So that's really, really high. So make sure that if you do decide to use Acorns, that your account balance is large enough to justify the fee that they're going to be charging you. Now, the 7th and final robo-advisor is Schwab Intelligent Portfolio. So this is a tool put together by Charles Schwab, one of the largest, if not the largest, investment brokerage in the United States. They've got over $4 trillion in client assets, which is an astronomical number, and they're trusted by retirement plans and individuals alike. Now, in order to use Schwab's intelligent portfolios, you're going to need a $5,000 minimum in order to get started. From there, you're going to fill out a questionnaire that again lists your goals, your time horizon, your risk tolerance, all of that good stuff, and they're going to spit you out a portfolio made up of 53 different ETFs or exchange traded funds. Now, the base plan is absolutely free to use. There are no fees whatsoever. However, if you want to upgrade to the premium tier, then you're going to get access to a team of certified financial planners in order to help you out with your whole financial situation. This is going to cost you a $300 upfront fee and a $30 per month fee in order to take advantage of this service. So depending on your account balance, that may or may not make sense for you. But now the all-important question of which of these platforms is actually best. Well, if you're looking for a free option, it's probably going to be M1 Finance. This is a great way to streamline your finances and kind of get hands off without paying any money in management fees. If you're looking for the most feature-rich robo-advisor, Betterment's probably going to be the best choice for you because they've got tax loss harvesting and a bunch of other very beneficial features that you can take advantage of if you use their platform. And last, if you've got a 401k plan or other employer plan that you're trying to get a robo-advisor to manage, then Blooom is going to be the best bet for you because, like I said, most of these other guys aren't going to work with a 401k plan. Now, if you're interested in any of these platforms, again, we've got links to all of them down in the description below, some of which may help out this channel if you do decide to sign up through them. Also, drop us a comment in the comments below with which of these platforms is actually your favorite. Do you use any of these right now? Are you considering switching to any of them? Definitely let us know in the comments below. Last, if you want to learn more about any of these different robo-advisors, head on over to our channel. We have videos on all of these different advisors, diving deeper into the different features, how they make money, how you can make money on them, how they work, in-depth reviews, all of that good stuff is on our YouTube channel. So make sure to check those other videos out, and we will see you over there.